Basically, I've always been trying to figure out who I am, and because of like pressure from my parents to be a certain person, and pressure to like fit in with like the popular kids my whole life, like I like kind of created different versions of myself to please all the different people that I had to around me. Like I all I wanted my whole life is for people to like me. So that's why I am who I am.
Good answer.
And so there you have it. So sometimes I'm not sure who I actually really am. Anyway.
Because your parents were very conservative, strict.
You know what? They're like
Were they grades or like?
mostly for like grades. Like I remember
Grades.
even in elementary school, my best friend has a picture of me. It's in our scrapbook that we have at home, and you can see it's me starting to get up from my desk, and I like have my hands over my face because I'm crying because I got a C on a test in fucking 5th grade. Like, come on! Like I was like, my mom's gonna kill me, and I'd be like so jealous of the kids who'd be like, my mom just says like if I try my best, like that's all I can do, and I'd be like, God damn it! Like one time I got a 68 on like a history quiz, like not even a test, a quiz in 6th grade. I hid it under my bed and I found it again like junior year of high school. I was like, this is retarded. Come on. But my parents and I are so close now. It's like so ridiculous. And my dad is like me. He's like a kind of like a party animal, like super social, like friends with everybody, like connections and like all over the world. So it's kind of funny. And my mom and I are really close now too. So it's great. But I love them. I want to change them. But
That's great.
yeah. So it's
Okay, you say you were shameless, but is there anything you would want to do if you thought no one was judging?
well, it's funny because although I'm shameless, I still do, because like I mentioned before, like I want everybody to like me, so I still always am thinking about what people are going to think about what I do. But I love to be like an entertainer, so I like to entertain people, so that's kind of why I have no shame. I'll just do whatever, because usually I'll get a laugh out of somebody. But it's funny because sometimes, like, even if I know I'm home alone in the shower, I'm like not singing as loud as I want to be. So like, I know nobody's judging me, but like I'm kind of judging myself. I'm like, God like thinks I'm an idiot right now. So I guess like I'm always judging myself, so it's like somebody's always judging me. But if I wasn't even judging myself, then I mean, I hope I really do move to LA when I get back from South Korea. And I know a lot of people are judging me for going to South Korea and for wanting to go to LA and pursue like my dream after that still. So I do plan on doing it, but I just want to say I really hope I do, even though people are judging me.
And singing as loud as you want.
And singing as fucking loud as I want in the shower. And the thing is, I used to be like a really good singer, and I haven't like really sung a lot in the recent years, so I'm not as good anymore. But there's a video of me singing CeeLo Fuck You with my dad the other night, and you know what? I sounded pretty good, so I think I still got it.
Your dad's pretty cool.
My dad is the shit. Yeah.
He kind of balances your mom then.
Yeah, it's so funny. Sometimes I'm like, how the fuck did these two get married? Like, honestly. They needed each other. They really did. My mom likes to sing too sometimes. It's funny because my mom is, oh my gosh, she has the worst voice. But she knows all the words to like all the songs on the radio and everything. So she loves Drake. It's so funny. The song Fancy by Drake is like her favorite. Well, you fancy, huh? That's what she was. You fancy, huh? But she has the worst voice. And my dad used to be in the Boston Boys Choir. And he has a great voice. But he, for the life of him, cannot... He makes up the words to every fucking song ever. Even if he's been listening to that song for 40 years. Like, he still doesn't know the damn words. So, it's like... I was always thankful because I remember the words of the song. I know the words of the song the second time I hear it. And I'm a decent singer, so I'm like, I think I got the best of both worlds, and I could have got my mom's singing incapability and my dad's incapability for remembering words, and I would have been fucked. So it's funny, but they created me. I'm clearly the whole package. So just kidding. All right, what's next?
All right, that's hilarious. So, okay, why the gossip queen? So why does Lindsay have a problem with your boyfriend exactly? And how was he rude to you, as you mentioned?
I don't even know if either of us has talked about David in like the confessional since like week 1. Maybe Lindsay has, but we it's kind of funny because at the beginning of this show, right when the show started, like my boyfriend David and I were kind of on the rocks because like he like wasn't really communicating with me, and then he like went to St. Louis and like made out with a girl who I used to live with sophomore year. I'm a senior now, so. And it's like the only girl at all of Loyola that I've ever had a problem with because she was just like really mean to me, and like he knew that. And so, and Lindsay, after that happened, was like, I don't want him fucking around our apartment. Like, I don't want him here. Like, you're an idiot. Like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so I totally got it. Like, I totally understood. But, he was like, completely blocked out the whole weekend. And like, we were never like, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, like, we're dating, like, coupley. So, I, like, confronted him about it and, like, sorted it out. And right now, we've been seeing each other for over a year. And, like, the past, like, probably month has been, like, worlds better than, like, anything we've had before. Because I was, like, really casual. We weren't seeing other people, but we weren't really talking about, like, what we meant to each other or any of that kind of shit. And so I think now Lindsay is like she was being so standoffish to him for a while, and like I couldn't blame her for it because I was like, people probably think I'm stupid, but she's gotten over it now too, and they're kind of like back to being like friends. He's been a lot more open to her and blah blah blah. So whatever, I'm happy, and like she knows that like she can't really tell me what to do with my relationship anyway, so it's one of those things I do for myself because it works for me. So
it seems technically alright.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, at first it's like, yeah, you deserve better.
Yeah,
But
well,
then
it
you
was
can
like
talk
one of
about
those things. It was like David had kind of screwed up a bunch of times over, not a bunch, but like a few times over like that previous year, and it was like and like Lindsay didn't want to have me coming like home like sad or like crying and because she at a certain point, this happened with one of my other friends too, it's like I'm not gonna fucking feel bad for you anymore, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna tell you, oh, like yeah, blah blah blah, because it's like, okay, there's only so many times you can tell somebody you deserve better than that, and they keep just not listening to you. But with my situation, like I wasn't coming home crying or sobbing or moping about it. Like I knew what was going on, like I was aware of the situation. I was like made a decision to like keep going with it anyway because the pros just like outweigh the cons, and I'm not. It's just like a different kind of relationship.
It seems like there was technicalities too.
Yeah, and yeah. So it was like
be
one of those.
careful, you know.
Yeah, one of those things. Whatever. And right now, like, it's funny because these past like a month or so, it's been like so great, especially since we got back from spring break. And now I'm like, wow. Okay, before this, I was like, okay, it's no big deal. After I graduate, like, we'll go our separate ways. We'll always be friends. But now I'm like, fuck, this is gonna suck. Like,
That's excellent. It usually gets worse. You're probably around that year mark, you know.
It's
so
like,
that's actually really good.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Oh no. Okay. We'll move on from that.
Anyway, I did.
Let's see. Lindsay one is Lindsay out of line for thinking you might be in a similar relationship to the last one you had that didn't work?
Oh, it's completely different. But I will say, if it was an outside perspective, like, you might be able to say that, but it's totally different. My ex-boyfriend ended up being, like, such a douche to me. And we started dating when I was a freshman, and he was a sophomore, and he was, like, older, and he was in a fraternity, he was pre-med, like, I fucking thought the world, like, I worshipped him, I thought he was amazing, like, I fell head over heels in love with him, like, I wanted to do everything with him, like, blah, 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 and then, we had
sounds perfect.
Oh, yeah, he was a, no, and we really did have a great relationship, my freshman year, and then he, like, broke up with me, or let me know that we weren't going to be boyfriend and girlfriend over the summer, like right before finals my freshman year. And I went home that summer and I was like, Paul, I love you. I'd wait for him to call me when he got home from like drinking with his friends every night. Like I'd be home in Boston and another hour ahead of him, so it'd be like 4 in the morning when he called me, and I would answer the phone every fucking time he called and wake up to go to work at 9 in the morning. It was so stupid. And meanwhile, like, he wasn't my boyfriend. Like, I don't know, and like the nights he didn't call me, it was like, okay, cause you're with another girl kind of thing. And you know what I mean? And then he came in, visited me on my birthday that summer, and he was like, I'm such an asshole, like, blah, 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 like, I'm so sorry, I would never treat anybody like this, and I don't want to treat you like this, like, let's be together. And then he broke up with me again once I got back to school, like, 3 weeks later, and then 5 days later, he was like, I'm so sorry, we're still together. So we did all of my sophomore year, and then he broke up with me again, even though I was staying in Chicago that summer. We broke up for the summer or some shit. And then I ended up meeting this awesome guy that summer, and then Paul, like, called me and was like, let's talk it out, and I, like, blew off this guy that, like, I was just starting to, like, kind of get to know, and, like, it was really promising, and I totally blew him off and got back with Paul again, and we dated again until middle November of my junior year, and oh my God, I've never been more miserable. It was awful. It was so bad. And, like, neither of us were happy, and, like, he's not a bad guy. He just, like, it was not right. Like, I will not say he's a bad person, but he was such a douche to me. Like, and it's totally different from, like, the David situation. Like, completely different. Like, I don't have any of the same feelings in any of the situations at all, so. I'm not going to say Lindsay's out of line for saying that, but I will say she's incorrect, Linz.
Technically.
Incorrect.
No, it's tough, but it's good to go through that, I think, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah, because I will never, oh my God. And the thing is, like, I was so naive, like, when all of that started, and then it was, like, he was part of my life for so long that it was, like, even though I wasn't as naive anymore, I couldn't really say no to him still. But, like, it was one of those things, like, he took me on a date, like, maybe, like, 6 times, like, the entire, like, whatever, like, fucking 2.5 years or whatever we were together, and, like, he would ride it out for so long, be like, oh, well, I took you on that awesome date, I'm so awesome, blah, 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 and I'm like, okay, you are taking away from any good thing about that happened, like, quit while you're, like, shut the fuck up, because I can't even remember that in a nice way anymore. He, like, the only time he bought me flowers was Valentine's Day my freshman year, which was, like, we went on a big date, and then when we came back, he was like, will you be my girlfriend? I was like, yes, and, like, it was 2 dozen white roses. They were so gorgeous, whatever, but never again. It was like that would never even cross his mind.
Because he did it once.
Yeah, it was crazy, and like he was just his ego was like, if you tried to put his ego in this room, like the walls would blow out. You know what I mean? So. Whatever.
I have a prediction. I think you're gonna meet the right guy in LA.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It just coming to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you. I mean, you know.
I'll keep you posted. Do you think I'm gonna be successful in LA?
I do.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
do.
Good.
I mean, like, are you going to South Korea alone? Like,
Lindsay's actually going also.
Really?
Yeah, we're not living together. That'd probably be a lot anyway.
Are you going to the same place though?
We're going to the same place. The recruiter company we're going for is gonna place us as close together as possible so we can live as close together as we can. And then we probably won't be teaching in the same school. We might be though, but we're both gonna be teaching English, hopefully in Seoul, but we don't have our final placement yet. But it's really exciting, yeah.
I hear Seoul is awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited.
How long are you guys going?
A year.
A year, and then afterwards, is she gonna go with you to LA?
I don't know. Like that, we were planning on moving to LA together before we decided to do the South Korea thing. But if Lindsay takes the same path of my mom, then it's like, this is your 1 year, and then you gotta come back and get a real job. So I don't know if Lindsay's gonna want to come back and get a real job, but otherwise I'll go by myself. I don't care. Yeah, I know. I mean, I have enough skills. Like, I'll figure it out. And if I need to
Yeah.
get like a real job, like I have a business degree and I also have a lot of journalism experience, like I'll do freelancing, whatever.
You know, a job in Chicago is a job in Korea. It's a
Yeah,
job in LA.
come on. Like as long as I make enough of money to support my lifestyle.
Yeah, do what you want to do.
Yeah, YOLO. Just kidding.
No, I think your girls are great together. It's actually hilarious.
Yeah, we got an interesting dynamic for sure. So it's funny.
Okay, and last one. Why will this reality show experience stay with you? And is it something you would do again?
Oh my gosh. You know, I would do it again. I would do it again because it was so unique. I don't even think I would ever have the opportunity to do this again, though, because it's so crazy. Like, because it's an acting show plus a reality show. And when I was so confused, like, after I auditioned for it, I was like, I still have no idea what the fuck is going on. And then the first time I came, and I was like, how are they I still don't know how they're going to go about, like, chop and screwing this to like put it out there for the people. Like I don't know how much of the actual like acting the episodes they're gonna use. I think they're probably gonna focus more on all this. But it's so fascinating and I'll definitely remember it forever because I've never done anything like this before, and also it was the first gig I got after I was like sitting in my apartment and I was like, I cannot work a 9 to 5 after I graduate. And I was like, I can't do it. I did it last summer. I know that's like not what I'm meant to do. I love acting. I'm gonna go on Craigslist and apply for like whatever is going on in Chicago. And this is the first thing I applied for and I got, obviously. So here I am. And so this might be like when I'm looking back a long time, like a turning point. Just saying like, okay, that's the first thing I decided to do for myself in a way that, you know, takes a step forward, maybe not in my acting career. So.
No, good for you. I admire that. Absolutely. I think the next time you should probably go with something that they let you see the script first, because I think it would be good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a decent cold reader, but you know, it is always nice to know what the fuck is going on too. So. I mean, this will be cool. I hope that, you know, it'll look cool on my resume as well.
Do you like the reality show aspect of it?
Yeah, I totally, and something that I always, you know what's funny is that people will always say to me, or my friends will be like, oh, you should totally audition for this show or this show, like reality shows or like talent shows, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm an actress, like I'm not going to get my start on a reality show. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, like this is clearly like a reality show. And because like, I don't like to speak badly about other people, so at all. So that's another reason why I wouldn't have wanted to do a reality show, is because like I wouldn't want to have to be forced to like say start drama like and talk badly about other people. But it's been
good
fun.
mix, right?
Yeah, this was such a great mix for me. Like it kind of got me to like push my like I'm gonna be nice to everybody limits like a little bit too. So. I mean, it is fun to be, like, a little bit catty every once in a while, I guess, so, I don't know.
And would you do something like this again?
Yeah, I think I would. Maybe, like, I'll take, a little break from doing something like this again, but, yeah, I totally would. This is so fun. And the thing about this is there's just so many dimensions to it. It's not just like strictly one genre almost, just because there's so many different things going on, so many different levels. It's like kind of a psychological thing, which is really cool to me. So groovy. Totes.
Excellent. That's very good. I think that's it.
All right. Is it like weird for you, like not being able to see me, or do you have the screen back there?
I do.
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. Wait, you must have the screen back there, because that'd be so weird if like somebody was talking, because like. I can't see you, but like I'm looking at the camera and kind of like pretending that I'm talking to your face, like you're a little tiny thing. But it would be weird if you were asking people and couldn't see their expressions when they're responding to you. But you can. So.
You know, it's really interesting. I gotta say, you know, like I don't know. You know, I don't ever have the opportunities. I'm usually indoors in a book. So.
What do you do for work like normally?
You know, I do a lot of stuff for work. You know, I actually understand your situation a lot. I went to college first, and then. Just didn't like what I was doing, so I dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
Moved out with my friends.
College dropout.
I was, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I worked a lot. Acquired a contracting company. Worked
Cool.
for Intel. Worked for all these like Fortune 500
Wow,
companies,
cool.
and then I don't know. I hated though. I was just like, I didn't like the 9 to 5.
Mhm.
You're doing the same thing no matter what it
Every
is, no matter what kind of promotion they're giving you.
Yeah.
It's just like
It
more
just
of the same thing
drags.
every day that you don't care about.
Yeah,
at
and you're
all.
like, I just like, I know. It's like you sit there and like, it sounds so like vain almost, but you're like, I have so much more to give. And it's like,
Yeah, in so many ways, and you know, artistically, I
Mhm.
felt that. I felt that too. But I guess at the end of the day, my calling was like helping people. I really love that, and
Awesome.
I just really want to go back to school. And I love school. You know, I'm older
Yeah.
now, and I just like
So you're gonna go back to school?
I am back in school. I'm
Oh,
like,
cool.
applying for professional school next year.
Oh, good for you. So like grad school then, or like going back for like an MBA or BA?
So I just finished up my undergrad finally.
Where were you taking classes?
IIT.
Okay. Oh, good, cool.
Yeah, okay.
So you're like a computer guy.
Bio. It's like biotech.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Something, you know, to get me in the medical field. Yeah.
Okay,
I really like that.
very cool. One of my roommate from freshman year, her name is Mina, and she's still one of my closest friends at school. And she's pre-med, but she wants to help people too, and she loves sports, and so she's just started a nonprofit. She and her dad started up. She's the president. It's called All Sports for All Kids.
Okay.
And I'm a director. I'm on the board of directors, and I've always been in like nonprofits. I worked at the ARC back home in Massachusetts. The ARC is called, it's the Association for Retarded Citizens, and it's which is like, now it's like you don't actually use the word retarded to respond to somebody,
It's technically correct, yeah.
but it's like an actual technical term, so that's why it's the name of the thing. But I worked at the branch in the town next to me, and so I started volunteering there I think my freshman year, and I worked there all through high school. So like I worked with, and I also did a kids theater program that I just loved. So I was like all about helping her with her nonprofit. So I'm like writing a marketing plan for
Really? What did
for that.
you do?
It's about helping fund or helping give money to kids who can't afford to play sports in their like public school system, because there's always like that startup fee like $300 or something
Right,
to be able to
equipment
be able to participate in sports. So that's gonna be like the first step, is giving money to kids, to families, to school systems and communities, so that every kid who wants to play sports can play sports. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do when I'm older. Like, I have a lot of experience. So I just want to get to the NGO work. But I wouldn't mind working for governmental organizations.
yeah, government organizations are cool too. So like as long as it's like you feel like you're making a difference. Like
That's excellent. Yeah, and it's medically relevant because the kids getting into sports is like, it's good for their health.
good for the health, all that. Yeah. The website just like went live a few weeks ago, so it's like very exciting. Yeah.
Have they like brought in money? Or?
We actually just got $1,000 anonymous donation, which was like our first big donation, and the company was like officially set up in October. Like that's when all the final legal papers were signed, and we haven't really been doing a lot of promoting, especially since Mina and I are like seniors right now, and
Sure, busy.
she has 4 directors in total. It's me, our other best friend, that's her roommate now. They've been living together since sophomore year. And then these 2 guys, as well as Mina's dad. And the 4 kids we're all seniors this year, so we're really busy. But there's going to be the big kickoff party, and this coming October, it's going to be like near the 1-year anniversary of it being an official non-prof. So after that happens, we'll like really start to get going. So it's really exciting, and it makes her so happy. So it's great.
It really is.
I'll be
That's so good.
working from abroad for a while, but when I'm in South Korea, all that shit. So
That's awesome. You gotta do something like
Yeah,
that. I
totally.
totally hear that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you really want to do for like helping people? Like in what capacity? Obviously, like medically, but
So I took the MCAT, so I'm applying this.
what'd you
year.
get?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate to say the scores?
Yeah, totally. Tell me.
Let's just say I'm in the 86 to 89%.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
okay.
35.
No, I'm not that good. I should
That's,
take it again though.
that's really good.
Why is he talking? You should be talking.
We're done. We're having a.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Anyway.
You know me, man. I'm trying to tell people to follow their dreams.
How many more questions?
We're done.
You guys are done?
Do you want to ask me anything?
Why are you so mean to me today? No, that's alright. You
Because
guys
I
do it later.
love you.
Oh,
I've been
thank
drinking
you.
since I got here, so.
Nice, nice. Is there anything, one last thing you want to say before we, because we have the special thing.
Don't put pressure on me like that. Like one less thing. Oh, I want to do a skunk voice. Oh my god! I thought it was my brain was gonna explode. It was like.
Squealage? Alright, you're in for a treat.
Okay, I have to go now. Goodbye. Bye, Eileen. It was fun talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
best
If
of
anybody
luck
wants any spoilers, like,
to you.
Oh my gosh, you're not supposed to